Scoop. Warner Brothers Discovery in talks to merge with Paramount Global. Yes, that's right, ladies and gentlemen and non-binary pals. Once again, we are seeing the monopolization of the entertainment industry. And just like all the other times it's happened, it hasn't meant anything good. I remember when Disney bought Fox and people were like, oh, well, this means that we get to have the X-Men in the MCU. I mean, we still don't have the X-Men in the MCU because, like, they have no, like, creative energy left there anymore. But, like, this is destruction of jobs. Like, I think, what, like 4,000 or 5,000 people were laid off when Disney bought Fox. And I do think that's the most important thing. Any big merger like this means people are going to lose jobs. It means bad things for the entertainment industry. But then also, on a selfish level, it means bad things for entertainment itself. Because as we know, Warner Brothers Discovery, who's the CEO of Warner Brothers Discovery? Well, that's right. It's David Zaslav, you know, the guy who is turning Max into a complete shithole, where he is canceling finished movies for tax write-offs and not letting anyone see them. Batgirl, that was a movie that they just had to write off as a tax thing when nobody got to see it. They destroyed it, but of course they had to release The Flash. And I'm pretty sure, like, we're at the end of the year here, and I'm pretty sure come January, all the Looney Tunes stuff is leaving Max. You know, Looney Tunes, what Warner Brothers made their name on. Like, the Warner Brothers shield, like just imagine Bugs Bunny leaning against that shield. That's such an iconic part of what Warner Brothers is. And they're just, you know, fuck it. And Paramount, if, you know, you pay attention, owns Star Trek. And if you know me, you know that there's like one big autistic hyper focus of mine, and that's Star Trek. And Star Trek has already suffered from the tactics of the David Zaslavs of the world. Because once David Zaslav started doing his thing where he's like, oh, we're pulling all of these things off of our streaming service so that we can, you know, use them as tax write-offs and save a little bit more money here and there, Paramount followed suit and canceled Prodigy, even though season 2 was almost done. And they pulled season 1 off of Paramount Plus, even though it was a completely done show. I mean, a completely done season. They just pulled it, even though months prior they had been advertising Paramount Plus as the home for all of Star Trek. Do we think it's going to get any better if David Zaslav owns Star Trek afterward? What is it going to take for Washington, D.C. to have the balls to tell these companies, no, you may not merge. We need to stop the increasing monopolization of the entertainment industry and of the tech industries? I remember when I was like a teenager, Microsoft was being threatened to be broken up into like 7 different companies because they bundled Internet Explorer with Windows. Back then, there was like actual political will to go after monopolistic practices. But now, like, you know, I think it's there's the big 5 studios now, I think, because it's Warner Brothers, Paramount, Disney, Sony, and who else? There's like one other. But if Paramount and Warner Brothers merge, then that's like 4. Washington needs to put a stop to this. Now, this is preliminary talks. I think if we go down here, I'm not going to go over the whole Axios thing, but at the thing, they say, bottom line, talks between WBD and Paramount are still early and may not ultimately result in a deal. But given the acceleration of cord cutting and the growing encroachment of big tech on media, neither company can remain on the sidelines for long. So hopefully nothing comes of this. Hopefully this was just a lunch between 2 CEOs. Hopefully they go their separate ways and David Zaslav doesn't get his ruinous mitts on like the franchise that I actually really care a lot about. I would greatly fear the future of Star Trek under David Zaslav's leadership. That sounds like red alert, shields up, arm photon torpedoes, all hands on deck. That would be horrible. I do not want that to happen. And so, Washington, D.C., please put a stop to this. Please have the political will to say, no, you may not further monopolize Hollywood. Please. Pillow says, Zaslav better stay the fuck away from Monster High. I don't know anything about Monster High. Is that a Paramount property? I do know... Yes, that's another aspect, is that Nickelodeon is a Paramount company and Cartoon Network is a Warner Brothers Discovery company. So if they merged, then, I mean, we've seen how badly like Cartoon Network's been treated under the new leadership? Or are we gonna like just let Nickelodeon have the same thing happen there too? Do we really want those? Yeah, no. Competition in the entertainment industry, you know, as much as I'm not a capitalist, I don't see it as a good thing to reduce the amount of companies that are competing there. I think it will hurt jobs for this merger. There are, you know, anytime you have big mergers, like they're looking to consolidate and reduce what they would call like redundancies, which in, you know, layman's terms are people's jobs and livelihoods. The whole thing is a horrible, horrible idea. Please don't do it. And on a more selfish note, please don't fucking touch Star Trek. We were able to see Star Trek Prodigy saved, at least, for the time being, because Netflix was willing to pick up season 2. But I don't know what's going to happen. I know that the executive producers for Prodigy say that they could go like up to 7 seasons. They've got, you know, stuff planned out that far in advance. But also that it may end in season 2. Netflix picked up season 2 because it was mostly done anyway. So it seemed like a pretty logical deal to make. But Netflix doesn't treat animation that well either. Netflix cancels animated shows after a single season. So I know that Prodigy season 2, they have said that they've written it so that season 2 ends pretty nicely wrapped up, even as season 1 ended pretty nicely wrapped up. But I want more Star Trek, and I don't want David Zaslav anywhere near it. Transgirl Jade says competition drives innovation. When you take away the competition, everything falls to shit. Yeah, like, could you imagine how dire the superhero genre would be? And it's pretty bad right now anyway, but imagine if DC and Marvel were to merge. Now, people are going to be like, oh, that means like Superman and Spider-Man can be in a movie together. Okay, but it also means that they don't have to, you know, work to earn the audience. They're like, well, we are the superhero game in town. If you want to see a superhero movie, we're the company that does it. So you'll take what we give you. Yeah, no, I don't like that. Not one bit. This is bad. This is bad news, and hopefully nothing comes of it. Hey, thanks for watching. Your view means a lot. Don't forget to toss me a like and subscribe and ring the bell. I stream Mondays and Fridays at 5 p.m. Pacific and Sundays at 2 p.m., so catch me live and join in on the convo. You can find all my socials in the description below, and thank you to all my patrons, with a very special shout out to my Whale Shark tier patron Ryan D and my Anemone friend tier patron Pistol Cakes. Your support means the world. Catch you next time.